Um, it keeps telling me a tip to invite people, but I can't invite people. Like, that's why you keep asking me. And I did get a phone call this morning about that I was supposed to go live with Cindy, Miss Cindy Evans. Well, I mean, it basically went. That's all it did do. He heard what we had to say, and he heard what she and hers had to say, and he made a decision. That's what any court does. Like, I don't know why everybody's stressing about how the court went, because hell, there wasn't nobody in there but the judge, the bailiffs, me and my witnesses, and her witnesses. Well, I'm sorry her account got banned. Let me guess, I did that too. They were a little shocked as far as when Junior told the truth, and I condemn that little man, because like, it's hard to see your kids go through the stuff that's going on, and it's even worse that the fact that that child got put on the stand and used as a witness to make her feel better. This is not okay. I would never bring my child to court to use her for a witness. That's dumb. Because for one, if you're stressed out and agitated to the max as an adult, imagine how that child feels. These children are not dumb. These children are not stupid. They know what feelings are, and they're old enough to know right from wrong. Junior did do the right thing, and I can't necessarily say that he caught anything, but I do have respect for that little man, because he got on that stage and he did what he needed to do. And when he was asked questions, he spoke the truth to that question. I'm sorry that she feels some type of way about me. And let me make this clear to everyone in the United States of America. I do not hate you or anyone else on this earth. I will never give you that type of power. Never. I will never let you know that I hate you. I don't have a bone in my body to hate anyone. But if I don't like you, I will tell you up front, I don't like you. And actually, I do not like you. I do not want to mess with you. I do not want to deal with you. I do not want to listen to the creative lies that you come up with. I do not want to watch you make your $2 bows, your $4 Afghans, as you call them. None of that. I don't want any kind of interactions with you at all. When you jumped on this little TikTok thing and you went and told everybody that I hated you and this, that, and the other, no, baby. No. You won't have that much control in my life ever. Hell, you can't even control your own. So, you just keep that in mind. And you need to do better, not only for yourself and your boyfriend, but you most definitely need to put your children first. I have never called the food stamp office on you. Your food stamp office contacted me and Cody because you were lying for you, and I have those messages as well. And no one is going to go to prison for you. Yeah, she did lie more than twice. She's lied multiple times. That's all you ever do is lie. Everything that comes out of your mouth is a lie. And it's ridiculous. Like, you dug the hole yourself. You dug the hole yourself. You patted down the bed, and now your ass is gonna lie in it. And I'm sorry that you feel some type of way about us. Let me retract that, because I'm not sorry that you feel some type of way about us. I'm glad to know that, you know, my precious life makes you come unhinged. And that, you know, anybody could do whatever they want to, say whatever they want to with that, because it cracks me up to know that you're so invested in my life. You know so much about my life, and hell, I don't even know half of it. I'm finding out from you, girl, and it's my life. So you tell me what you know more about me, considering it's my life. And you got on your little TikTok today and you told everybody in the world that I set you up. I mean, I'm smart. I graduated, you know, pretty high up there. And I have a diploma and everything. Went to college and everything. So I'm just grateful to know that you think that I'm super smart to waste this time on setting you up. I hear from all of these people that you're just up, just every day. Like, girl, I even hear from your customers on your business, because you're putting my name out there and you're putting my information out there. Is that Cammy? Baby, I did have evidence. I've got 236 videos. I have over 100 text messages. I have all kinds of evidence. All kinds of evidence. So, I just don't, I don't understand why he would be mad. Like, the reason why that the judge said something about perjury, and they actually proved that it was perjury, because Kevin sat in there and said that he did not live at the residence. He simply visited, and that was it. He seen his kids, he visited, he helped her with whatever she needed, and he left. Their child said otherwise. And then I showed a whole video of November the 18th of 2023 when I served them with the last eviction notice that he signed. And he stated in that video that he loved living there. I mean, I can't tell you why they wasn't charged with perjury or forgery. The forgery has to be done by my husband. He just wants them out. So you need to be counting your blessings that you're not sitting in jail for forgery. That's 10 years per charge. And furthermore, it's up to the judge's discretion to go after someone for perjury, not the public. So, if that answers your question, then I hope that gives you the right answer. I mean, yeah, Cody can be an asshole and he could go down there and he can go down there and he can press charges against the forgery and everything else. But what purpose is that going to serve? He just wants them out of his house. That's it. Hold on just a minute. That's her problem. That's his problem. You know, if he don't want to press those charges, that's his business. I can't go up there. I'm not going to twist his arm to make him do it. I don't really frankly care if she goes to jail. When it comes to those 5, anybody and the ones that are responsible for that needs to be held accountable. It is not okay for what you're doing. It is not okay to get on here and beg for attention and then get upset because you're not getting the correct attention. So, I can show you all the documents, I can show you all the court papers, all the evidence that we have, or we, had for this case. But what purpose will it serve? At the end of the day, you still have to leave. And you're just pushing it further and further and further for yourself. Sit right there. I'm live. I don't need you in the thing. So, instead of getting on here and blaming people for your problems, go in the bathroom, look in that big old mirror, and say, stop it, Ashley. Just stop it. You want to get on there and boo-hoo it out? Get on there and boo-hoo it out. But make sure that is the truth. Quit wasting people's time. Like, you're letting this out hype you up. But when we went in that courtroom, you wasn't hyped up. You was just, oh, so sweet and innocent. See, hell, I can't even do that. First of all, I want you to stand in there when we go to court next, when you're sitting here, since you're on live today, talking about how you're taking me to court. When we go in that courtroom, I want you to stand in that courtroom and have the same set of balls that you do behind the screen. And don't sit there and waste my time, honey boo-boo. And make sure that you have the same standing ground as you did behind that screen. Oh, she ain't playing. Oh. Evidently, I wasn't playing either when I took you to court to evict you. So, and I'm not your lovely. I'm not a lovely person. I'm just a very outspoken person. She on live still? Is she still on, guys? I don't think she actually did report all of that money. But like I said, that's her problem, not mine.
Yeah, but she's got 2 posts saying that she's not leaving.
I know. We're not going to talk about that, though.
I gotta use your bathroom. What?
Furthermore, oh, I got you. She's in here. I'm doing what she cries about others doing. Oh, are you in? Is she in here? Well, damn, if she's making that kind of money from TikTok, maybe I need to invest in some TikTok. Robert, what are you saying? Well, anybody with common sense knows about a lawyer. When you get a lawyer, you have to pay a retainer fee, and it's whatever they set it as. Some people do $500. Some people. Oh, okay, Robbie, I got you. Thank you. When you pay the retainer fee, sometimes depending on the type of lawyer you get, you may get the retainer fee back. Sometimes you don't, and sometimes you have to pay more. It's just get your booty down. Y'all want to see my kitty cat? His name is Oreo. He's a rascal. But on the lawyer situation, sometimes you get a good lawyer and sometimes you don't. I don't know about the judge laughing at anybody. He did laugh at me for when I answered him about the October the 28th Facebook post that I put up. And he thought that was very funny. I didn't find anything funny. Neither did Ashley. She said she wanted a lawyer for CPS. Well, good luck trying to find one. Because I don't think there's going to be a lawyer that's going to take on the judge and DCS and all of that. Hey there, Delilah. What was the Facebook post? That's what you want to know? She was speaking on my deceased children, and at that point, I did not have the means through TikTok to communicate with her. This is also after I went live with Slot 7.0, and she had spoke on my deceased children because I have 2 children that are deceased. They have been gone for 11 years, and even though they've been gone for so long, it's still a very, very touchy subject with me. And yeah, you will get me out of character very quickly when it comes to my children. She's not suing anybody because she doesn't have a pot to piss in. She's just going to be wasting her time. I appreciate all the sorries and my condolences. I do appreciate that. I'm very grateful for my children. My first child was born stillborn. She was beautiful. She had a head full of hair just like her mama, and chubby as could be. It was just not what God intended on us to have, and I love my daughter more than anything in this world, and I would give her my breath just so she could breathe one more time. And that's one thing that Ashley does not understand, that you can't get on here talking about people's babies. You can't. He knew what was best for me. I didn't understand it. I lashed out. I asked questions. I questioned God. Just same things that just a minimum of the same questions that every person that has lost a child has thought about. I would give my life up for my children to been here. If it could have been me instead of my children, I would have been grateful. More than grateful. But God didn't see it that way. And she has beautiful kids. And yes, when you go face to face with these kids are kind, courteous. They're curious of you because they don't get to see strangers. They don't get to interact with people. Baby, I do too. Mine's been 11 years. 11 years. And I promise you, I still break down and cry. I still cry myself to sleep sometimes. And I still talk to God. And I talk to my kids every day. That's the first thing I say when I get up every morning is I say good morning to my kids. It never gets easier. It never changes. Holidays freaking suck, man. Holidays suck. Their birthdays is the worst day of the year. And there is nothing more to this world that I would love to have my kids. But it does not give anyone in any place or scenario to speak on anyone's deceased children, whatever. I'm very good friends with the young lady that she spoke on that started all of this, and that was very traumatic. Like, you leaving? Okay. Did you get my message before you got here?
Yeah. I pulled up and sat outside for a few minutes.
And you got it then? Okay. Will you bring me one home? That's just the thing that she doesn't understand. You can't go, for one, that was fresh. And I mean, no disrespect to this other party, but she struggles every day with that still. And her kids do too. And, I mean, her husband feels it just as well. And other people are prying on that, and that's not okay. Because Ding Dong over here thought it was necessary to take it to TikTok, and it's not. And that was the sweetest little girl. If any of y'all could have got the chance to meet that little girl, she was beautiful, sweet, and loving and caring, and absolutely just adored everybody. And everybody adored her. And for her to go that far and act the way she did, it was just unbelievable. And the reason why we took the C&D up there that night, and also included Miss Davis and her child, was the fact that I was sent that video while I was at work. And when you have lost a child, when your friend's miscarriage or has a stillborn or loses a baby or any of that, you feel that. You go through that with them because you know how they feel. You have experienced that, and you know what they're living through every day, and it's fucking hell. So I'm sorry that she felt that it was necessary for her to talk about that young lady and that child, but it was absolutely not respectful. It was not courtesy of her. It was none of that mess. And she didn't have no business speaking on that to start with. That's what started it all, along with the crack pipe video and so on and so on. So, any other questions that are... Oh my God, Christy, I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. I mean, I have a lot of enemies out here in the world, and I mean, everybody does really and truly, secretly, you know, out loud, and it's wild, but I wouldn't wish that on anyone. I wouldn't wish anybody to go through that tragic loss. And always protect your babies. Always. Textbird, the floors, did they sell the floor supplies? Well, I don't know. I know that it does have black mold on it, due to the fact that there have been stepping on it, all kinds of other stuff. And we seen that when she drug it out the house, October the 10th. Yes, the house will be repaired and fixed, and I do not know if he's going to rent it out or if he's going to sell it, but it will not be sold to Ashley or Kevin. Yeah, but we all know that's not true. I don't think I've ever seen that little guy dump out any drinks, but now I could be wrong. I was being there for a while. I couldn't see nothing. Chelsea.
Because he seemed perfect at the time.
I didn't quite catch what you said there, Jaden's mommy.
Asking will you
No, I don't reckon he's gonna ask for any of the money. He, at one point in time, he was thinking about countersuing them for the expenses, but at this point it's just gonna be a waste of time, because that's only punishing Kevin. That's not punishing Ashley, and it's not Kevin that needs to be punished. And because although I'm not a fan of K-Dog, he does go to work, and he does come home, and he does cook and clean and take care of his children. And I don't give a shit how he talks to them. That's his problem. When them kids grow up and they talk to him the way that he has talked to them, that's their problem, not mine. But at least he does feed them, and he makes sure that they get fed. And yes, this old house, except they're not his children, you are correct. I understand that they are not his children, but sometimes in this world, we get offered a person that's going to step up, and it's called a step up dad or a step up mom, and they take care of those kids. And I do support Kevin going to work and coming home and cleaning what he can clean in the hours between cooking, holding trust, and tending to all the questions, and trying to give as much attention as he can. I mean, I've got a daddy, and I've got a dad. My dad taught me everything that I needed to know. I love my daddy, and he's been there for me, and he's helped me throughout my life. But my dad taught me everything I needed to know in life. He taught me what I needed to do when it come to my vehicles. He taught me what I needed to do when it came to playing with toys, you know, how to fix them if you tore them up. And I'm not talking about no little race car toys that you get at Walmart. I'm talking about thousands of dollars worth of toys that you build from the ground up. My dad taught me the essentials in life, and he also taught me that if you wanted something in life, you needed to get up and go get it yourself, because no one in this world is entitled to give it to you. So, I love my daddy, but I have mad respect for my dad, and I love him to death, because he pushed me to be the person that I am. So, for people to say that those children are not Kevin's, I was not my dad's either. But he took me under his wing, and he taught me things that no one else could. And he showed me the love that I wasn't getting from my parents, that I was going to get from him, and I knew that. So maybe there is things that we don't understand with Kevin, and there's things that, you know, she's put online about him and said about him and all of that, and maybe we just really truly do have the wrong impression of him. I just feel like that he don't need to say some of the things that he says to those kids. The part with Natty was just No, that's a big hell no. You don't ever tell a kid that, much less any of your kids that. That's dumb. And you should have never told your children that. He knows how to play a good dad, but he does not know the circumstances to being a good dad, if that makes sense. And I'm not trying to be rude or anything, and the way he did talk to Natty is it's unexcusable completely. There is nothing in it. I don't know if that's so, Abby. I hope it's not. Losing someone in any way, fashion, or form is not a good way. And with it being his mom, I pray to God that she's okay. And Robbie, baby, you got a million things going on. And I'm so sorry that you're having to deal with the loss that you are. But evidently she's in a better place than where we are. He spoke before he realized what he was saying. I think he thought he was protecting her. Well, there's different ways to protect your children than tell your children you're going to be RAPED for 14 years. I'm not gonna... Chelsea? That's a good, that's a trick question that you had there. I can't necessarily say that that's so, but, I hope she's not, though. I really feel like if it were my mom, and listen, me and my mom, we butt heads bad because we're identical to each other, and I don't put up with her shit, and she don't put up with mine, and I just don't. That's not okay. Like, but if it were my mom, I would have been in the hospital. I'd done been there, and I pray it's not. I hope he don't have to go through that, because that is a very traumatic thing to go through itself, on top of all this other traumatic stuff that you're experiencing right now, due to the fact that your old lady can't shut her mouth. So, what's your comment, baby? Jessica, come back and give me your comment, baby. I'm watching. Kevin doing his preaching and ranting about going to hell. Well, hell, we're all going there eventually one day. She played clothes like she was going to be gone a while, or she was passing. Kevin does. I do agree with you, Mindy. Kevin does defend and enable Ashley because he thinks it's funny. And he's like, oh, you know, my girlfriend's the strongest person in the world. No. The Eiffel Tower fell quick, didn't it? And, it doesn't matter. I don't care what's going on. I mean, why are you going to take all these kids but trust him? I don't think she ever keeps trusting, due to the fact that he is still in diapers and stuff like that. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong, so don't hold me to it. Jessica, did you ever ask your question, baby? Scroll up and see if you can see Jessica's comment. I really do feel like that you're correct on that as far as the bad rap. Thank you, Jennifer. And I really do feel like that I do agree with you on that, because when we had the last couple interactions with Kevin. It was supposed to be Kevin and Ashley, but she was never there, so it was just Kevin. And you know, we both had good reactions with each other. Nobody screamed at each other. Nobody cussed, carried on. None of that. We actually communicated like adults, mature adults. And I have videos stating that, you know, he will take this under control and he will get this to stop and take care of it. And it never stopped. It was something about squatters. Tennessee does not have squatter rights, period. She says she is prepared to squat. Well, she can squat her ass on 525 Water Street, which is called the police station. They have a bunch of them. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Robbie. She controls that house. He doesn't. No, he's just basically the maid. He cooks, cleans, and tends to the children. And he's the one that puts them to bed because she's on TikTok 24/7. And that is the God honest truth. Robbie said, I should definitely know that address. I think we all do, Robbie. I've had my fair shares in that little place. That is true, Cake Lady. Very true. What? What does it matter what day it is? Put your kid to bed. Maybe you've never been, you just know it from others. Hello, nothing. I've been told that she has used the bathroom several times in the floor in different rentals. And I did speak with the landlord in Mississippi, the old landlord in Mississippi. That didn't go very well either. I mean, y'all, she pissed in the damn bedroom in a cup for a pregnancy test and sat it down where her son could get a hold of it. Looked like a whole pulped orange juice. I wish I knew the landlord from Lonesome Pine House. I know everybody out on Lonesome Pine, and trust me, I've done spoke to that landlord too. That house, wait a minute, hold up, you hear? That house needs to be tinted to get rid of all the bugs that she has brought in. I have an appointment for the bug guys to come out and take care of all that. No, this was a woman that I spoke with out on Lonesome Pine Road. I reckon after that guy had passed, some of his family or something took over the rental properties, and I had spoke to a woman because they had told me that he did pass away in 2020, yeah. I did not see the video of that. Most of them sold. Oh, so that was his wife? Mystic Kitty 21, come back here, girl. Come back in here and talk to me. Oh, well, I don't know if it was his wife or who it was. I didn't really go into detail because, I mean, it's not my business. I just wanted to know about how the conditions of the house was and how it was left. And it was not a good topic of conversation. She got heated very fast, and she apologized to me a million times, talking about, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to take all this out on you, it's just been a mess. And I was like, I believe you. I do know Mr. Larry. He's a really good guy, and she's using him to the max. So, I wish it was just that easy, May. I really do. I would love to take it all down, scrape the ground until there was fresh dirt, and restart. But it's not that easy, baby. Yes, Mr. Larry is a good guy, and you know, he lives there by himself. When we lived there, he lived there by himself. But now his son may have come back, or his stepson or whatever, but I do know that he really cares about those children. I would have a problem with their parents. Yes. I mean, I could have been we could have been some assholes for real. We could have had them evicted months ago. I could have threw you out in the snowstorm. I could have threw you out whenever that we choose, as of via to court. But we gave you guys 7 months. We even told you when he signed the eviction, we will work with you until you find you somewhere to go. Because it is hard to find a place. But when you've got over 80,000 something people that's telling you different place after place after place after place, and you're just completely ass ignoring them, it's no longer an issue. You're the issue. You have decided that you don't want to leave. You don't want to do this. Well, at this point, there's no options. You have to. Wasn't there a gray hardwood in the house when she moved in? Are you talking about the flooring, Miss Carla? I would like to see her just go ahead. If that's what she wants to do, if she wants to try to squat, go ahead. I mean, stand on what you said for the past 2 days. Miss Carla, yes. The flooring actually had the subflooring, and then, you know, the floating floor looked like, you can get it look like hardwood floor. That's what was in there. And we also had an entire row of linoleum, and they drug that linoleum out of the hallway. That linoleum was for the living room, the hallway, and the bedrooms. We had exactly enough linoleum to cover all the rooms. And she drug it back there to where they decided to let Junior sleep, which is, it steps down from the kitchen. It's like a little the reason why there's concrete floor there is because at one point in time it was a carport. They boxed it in to be a sun room. You ain't never had no sun room in a house? It's a very popular thing in Alabama. And also the laundry room is in there as well. They have left it in there. They drug it over there to the windows. That one was busted, and the other window got busted somehow. We still don't know how the window got broke. But it has laid there for months since they've moved in, and it's been raining. Hell, it snowed. We had snow halfway up the side of our house. Of course, it snowed the same thing there. And, which wouldn't have done no good because the linoleum's ruined now. Christy, yes, the subfloors, you can burn them and put clear coat over them and seal them off, and they will look beautiful, girl. Beautiful. But there was already a subfloor on top of the bottom subfloor. It's called a floating floor. And all it is where you connect pieces together with a rubber mallet, and you have a flooring. You've had flooring done. I got some of it in my kitchen right now because we've been putting a floating floor in our house. The kids were hiding food and spreading peanut butter on the walls, and Kevin was hollering about it. Ew. So is that story true about the peanut butter and the oldest boy? Yes, Chelsea, she did. She tried to. And the judge thought that was dumb as hell. Peanut butter is true. That, that is not for me. No, 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 no. Yes, there is a broken window in there in his room. That was when her and her sister was there, Catherine. I've been hearing quite a bit of that. Did Catherine live there with them for a while or something? Yes, Leah. Oh, where is that water bill? Oh, it's in there in the kitchen. I remember now. No, she was visiting the kids. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. No, there was no kind of agreement that Kevin could put the floor down. He asked if he could put the linoleum down, and I told him that I would get out there and put it down, but I haven't had a chance to get out there and put it down. I'm not allowed back on the property until they're gone now, according to them. But there was no agreement as for the flooring, no agreement on what she had to do in that house. You know, if she needed to do any repairs, would it lower her rent? It was none of that shit. So she was told before they moved in that they needed to get the electricity and the water put in their name, because the water is still in Cody's name, and the electricity has been put over into Ashley's name due to the fact that when we moved to our house here, we had our lights cut on the 1st of November. They did not cut the lights from 570 Stag Lane until the 11th or the 20th of November, because I have paperwork stating when they cut it off. And so she had roughly 3 weeks to get her lights turned on in her name, and the water has yet to be put in her name. And she can't put any water or anything else in her name no more due to there is no active lease. Yeah. This is a water bill. And that says Cody White. If they strip that house, they will go to jail for damages to that property. Yes, and that has been factual. Yes, the water is still on. They actually went out there the 15th to cut their water off because it was $443 at that point. And no one had paid the water bill. She ran her ass down there and paid it, and she had to pay a reconnection fee of $50, and they could turn her water back on, but they could not put it in her name due to there was no active lease, and we were not doing a lease with them to turn their water back on. She could either leave it in Cody's name or do without water. No, they were not supposed to. Are you referring to the water bill? This old house? No, baby. They pay the water company. We didn't get any of that. But that water bill is new. We got it today. Exactly. I don't know where she's getting creek water from, and I wouldn't be using creek water. I mean, hell, we can't cover the stink off of that anyway, so go on and use it. I do not know if Neelan is still in diapers. What do you want to know about the courts? Oh. Well, if she said it, it must be true. Okay, Glamorous, I think you're a little behind on this perjury and forgery. So it's up to the judge for the perjury charge, and it's up to Cody for the forgery charge. It's a shame.
Captain Man, Charlotte, I'd like you to meet Schwabert and Costello.
It's an honor to meet you.
He has a learning disability. There's nothing wrong with that baby. He just ain't been taught.
I love your hair. Thank you. Would you like it? Oh, no, please.
Oh, you're okay. You're okay. I know, but why would you want to say that about your own child? There's nothing wrong physically with any of those children. Like, nothing mentally, physically, nothing like that. Why would you want to say your child has a learning disability? That's rude. And it's hurtful. And I'm pretty damn sure she said that in front of him.
Well, you're probably interested in my story. You see, my dad was an irresponsible scientist.
They truly do. They need the interaction with different kids, the interaction with different people, so they can distinguish around. I meant as far as a learning disorder or disability, not like the dark circles or the black teeth. Yes, I've seen it. Everybody's seen it, but that's not what I was referring to. And he may need speech therapy, but that does not mean that he has a learning disability. He's just never been taught. I mean, evidently, did he not just go in there and shit in a garbage can a couple weeks ago? She was on live or something, and he went in there and pooped in the garbage can, and instead of pooping in the toilet, he pooped in the garbage can and went and told her that he pooped in the garbage can, and she dug it out of the garbage can. Okay, that's not a learning disability. That's just pure fucking lazy. That's laziness. That you did not take the time to teach your child to get on the toilet and get the right things that you need to get on that toilet to use it. It's not because right things that you need to get on that toilet to use it. It's not because